Hi, hello, let's go. I wonder what the other corporations are about. The Spacer's choice is like about being cheap and unreliable. There's Rizos and Onti Clio. Onti Clio seems to be like premium. Right? Alright, I want to meet this guy first. So many distractions. Hack! Well, actually, let's first see what's going on here. Regarding the food situation, to those of you who have raised concerns about the quality of Groundbreaker's victuals, yes, I'm aware the promenade stinks. Allow me to put the matter to rest. Our ancestors didn't rise from humble beginnings on a diet of spatwurst and borst, but that's the reality of life up here. If you can salt it, can it, or zip it up in a pouch, then you are not picky about calling it food. Spacers make do with what they have, and what we have is smelly meats, lots of salt, and 11 kinds of mustard, last time I counted. Try it and enjoy it. Ship impounded. This is a general notice about our impound policies. If the board impounded your ship, take it up with the board. Their embassy is the Gaudi building opposite Sublight's warehouse. Send them your questions, outstanding fees, and hate mail, especially hate mail. If Groundbreaker impounded you, pay your damn fees and don't bother my people, JT. Looking for work. Urgently looking for a new crew to sign on with. I've been stuck in Halcyon for almost a year now, don't know what's holding up my next posting. Never had to wait this long to get on another freighter. I planned to take one of the rare long hauls back to Earth, but I haven't been able to find any, and even the shorter skips to the inner world seem rarer than the outer world routines these days. If anyone has any information about upcoming work, please post it here. Down on my luck. Hey, he didn't leave any information about himself. I guess we'll find this guy at some point. Hey, so here's my story. My ship leaped into the Groundbreaker in a rough state. We couldn't make the repairs fees, the docking fees, refueling, or the fees for not being able to pay our fees. So I'm kind of stuck here now. Then they took my ship and sold it off as scrap. Now my credit is shut to hell and corporate freighters won't hire me on. I'm hoping someone with a bunk to spare and places to go is feeling charitable. Thanks for listening. This notice has been posted 56 times in 632 days. Hacking. Jay Tennyson, subject, anyone seen Private Taylor? Haven't seen him in days, and where are we on that toilet clog? If Chief Guing taught me anything, it's that a crew's morale is proportional to the quality of their outhouse. You take away a crew's plumbing, you take away their privacy and dignity. So let's get that toilet fixed, JT. Wildcat Group. From Bakhanon Kitty to Wildcat Group. Groundbreaker meetup. Even though it's been nigh on 20 years since our last meetup on Groundbreaker, I was hoping we could get the old gang back together. I understand that things have changed. Some of us are long-range haulers, some of us have gone corporate, some of us are likely dead, and some of us are on Tartarus and not reading this message. But I haven't lost hope. No one responded to my last invite. I hope that means your schedules are full up with the family gatherings and job opportunities. Stay free, freelancers. Kitty. From Iceman to Is Conveyors Collective. What? Conveyors writes. Hi all. So I just got off ice from a round trip to Dashkova. 2 years out, 2 years back. Imagine my surprise when we Dithowed and Groundbreaker comms told us our docking was gonna be delayed. 1 hour turned into 5, then days went by. In the end, we spent an entire goddamn week waiting for a berth in this low-fucked bald bucket. And because we were kicking our heels all that time, not a one of us got paid. I don't know about you, but I got expenses, a family I don't see often enough, that you won't fucking believe. And even if I'm not working, I'm still gonna make my payments. Does that seem proper to you? Don't we conveyors have rights? We should do something about it. If you agree, leave a message here and I'll respond when I get back from Gen-san in 3 years. Iceman out. This message is no longer accessible at your clearance level. Wait. What happened? I think there was something else and again I skipped it.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Ah, whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail. Hey!
Does that dome look safe to you?
Ooh, fellow mustachier.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
I'm going to wring your scrawny neck, you spread fuck. Give me back my ship. So I still can try to turn in Phineas Wells. It would be funny to like see what would happen if you like try to actually do that all the time. But I don't want to. Well, Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What was your relationship with him?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yep, we sure did.
Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
Why won't you lie the same lie that Marauders killed him? He was eaten alive by feral cans.
No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends. Becoming one with their droppings.
Again, I'm very sorry. Can we get back to the topic at hand?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why is the board so interested in Wales anyway?
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Alex never mentioned Phineas Wales.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
I guess we could have played him, maybe like got some money out of him, but it's so much more problems with that. Was this about the board having your head?
It's personal business, I'm afraid. Miserably, terribly personal.
Stop being coy, Bedford.
I don't intend to be. It's just a matter of trust.
Can we also be best friends? Hey, how can I win your trust then?
Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells would go a long way. Well, it's my white whale, I suppose.
I can't tell you where we're... Do I want to play that game? Alright, I'll tell you where Wells is.
What?
Before we get down to business, I need to be sure I can trust you.
All right, I suppose. How might I assuage your fears?
Why do you work for the board?
Whom else would I work for? Those sublight thugs? That Tennyson woman? The sweaty masses in the groundside townships? The board is the only force for order in this rough-and-tumble colony of ours. Without them, we'd all starve to death or meet our end in a canid's jaws.
Do you enjoy working for them?
That's a curious question. I can't say I've ever considered how my personal satisfaction factors into the work I do. Permit me to answer your question another way. In Byzantium, I was one among many. I often felt lost in the hurry and expanse of the capital. Here, I have a measure of power and suffer little oversight. It makes for a different kind of loneliness, but it's one I've found I can endure.
That still doesn't tell me why I should trust you.
I understand. And I would ask the same of you, but I suspect... Well, I suspect I'd find your answers less than satisfactory, wouldn't I?
I want what's best for the colony. That's why I want to turn Phineas in.
Indeed. And you know where he is? Excelsior! An apprehension of this caliber will be tremendous for my career. I'll send you straight away to my superiors in Byzantium, only... Oh, no. Oh, no.
Let me guess, there's a catch.
Just a teensy one, the teensiest. Nothing to, lie awake worrying about for nights on end or anything. The thing is, I needed money. A lot of money, quickly, for reasons.
So far, so entirely expected. What happened?
I might have pawned my official board seal to Gladys, the black market fence here on the Groundbreaker. I can't authorize the paperwork you'll need to turn Phineas in without it.
Stray too much from the, straight and narrow, and one may just find himself assigned pastoral duty in a maximum security penitentiary.
To give away something so important to you, there must have been some curious reasons.
I'll thank you not to question my motives, young miss. It was a mistake, and I'd like to put it behind me. It's only temporary, of course. I'd never leave something so important in the hands of someone of such a dubious moral character. I was going to buy it back once I raised the capital. So you'll need to get my seal back from her if you want to hand Phineas over to the board.
Is there anything for me in it? Like, what? Can we have some money in front? You have to be kidding me. How stupid can you be?
Oh, it might surprise you.
Oh gosh, that's quite a goof, sir. If you don't mind me saying.
I'm very well aware. Now, let's get back to business, hmm? How do you do? Ah.
I'm here about Jace Doyle. I want her dead cell.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
She's worth more alive than dead. Put her under an indenture contract.
That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs, but I don't know, Captain. It just doesn't seem right.
Miss Doyle is deeply in debt, and the board has every right to do whatever they like to recoup that debt. What guarantee do I have that she'll agree to the terms you negotiate?
The way I see it, she doesn't have my choice.
I quite concur. It's refreshing to deal with someone practical for a change. I will recall my collection agent. Tell Miss Doyle to report to me promptly for her first assignment. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
Do you know I can get to Byzantium?
Access to Byzantium is highly restricted. Only a select few possess a nav key. If you were able to retrieve my seal from Gladys, and if you were able to prove you had something of worth to offer the board, well, then I might be able to pull some strings.
What's Byzantium like?
It's, very clean. There are lovely plants. I've told you how I feel about Byzantium. All the hurry and expanse of the city. It's quite lonely, but beautiful too, in its way. Which is not to dissuade you from visiting. You'd probably like it. In fact, I'd bet you'd fit right in. Not like me. Weird little me.
What would the board consider something of worth?
The location of Phineas Wells, for one
Yeah.
thing. Alex Hawthorne, the Unreliable's dearly departed captain, knew him. Perhaps you do as well?
Keep it in mind.
A wise choice. The board helps its friends. Be my guest.
What do you do here exactly?
I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands.
Big fish in a small space station. Nice setup.
I have few complaints.
Can you get me this to Stellar Bay?
Good law! Who'd want to go to that toxic hell pit?
So, no.
No. Emphatically no. Unequivocally no. Immutably no.
Emphatically, unequivocally, immutably. I don't know a single word. No, would have done it. I didn't have to crack open a thesaurus.
Best to be clear, I believe.
Does it seem hot in here to you?
Ugh. Law, but it's miserable. My underarms are damp. How can I be expected to work in these conditions? Chief Tennyson is supposedly looking into the cause, but I've seen no action from her. Deplorable conduct. My superiors will be hearing about it. You can be certain of that.
And so it doesn't seem like it's their shenanigans then. Why are there armed guards in here?
Oh, you've noticed my friends. Wonderful. Aren't their guns very large? Tremendously impressive. They're here to keep the peace, of course.
To watch your back, you mean?
Precisely. Groundbreaker makes much ado about its independent status and so resents any board presence, no matter how benign.
You call keeping officers on their promenade benign?
When the alternative is board guards at their gates, yes, I do. They don't see it that way, of course, but I can't say I much care.
What are those locked doors in the back?
A luxury stateroom, reserved for Chairman Rockwell's use.
Does the chairman visit here often?
Good law, of course not. He'd never set foot on this decrepit junk pile. As this office is the primary embassy for the board on Groundbreaker, corporate bylaws specifically state a room must be maintained for the chairman's exclusive use.
Back to my other questions.
Ask away.
It seems like a waste. I know where... No. Well, he wasn't very helpful. Can I check your terminal? Requires his password.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information.
Greasy.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to Auntie's Kitchen, a home-style consumable protein dispensary. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion.
Aren't you just a glorified vending machine?
This unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation non-functional. A trouble ticket has been filed.
Let me take a look at that. Maybe I can fix it.
Shock simulation restored. Initiating shocked subroutine. How dare you? Shocked subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes.
Chef's hat is back. One kilogram bag full of ears of tobacco cord. Eh.
Have you seen this man? For more offers.
Damn, my character is so creepy now. Promenade. Kitchen. Okay, wait, but I can still hack it.
Quietly now. Easy.
What the hell? Why? There's nothing to steal. I'm here for fish sticks. There's a dead man for some reason. Maybe I'll lower graphics just a bit more. It is getting worse here.
This is Halcyon.
411s?
Oh
And an
boy.
old Yakita 37? You think
Why is
they'd
this-
let me peek at the power plant?
Remember Auntie Cleo?
Why is it worse?
Because she remembers you. When you were sick, who took your
I'll
temperature?
sterilize.
When you were hungry, who gave you a needle
Good
full of
law,
love?
the heat in here is so unbearable.
Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given her...
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Aren't you greasy? I'm the captain of Unreliable, recently unshackled from Groundbreaker's impound.
Good for you. Hope you scared some sense into those bureaucrats giving you trouble. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
I'll do whatever I can to help you keep the peace.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Now that my ship is out of impound, I can safely say I'm headed to Mork.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
I've heard you're having a heat problem. What's going on?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Why haven't you fixed them yet?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
So it is the board. Surely the board doesn't want Groundbreaker to rust.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive.
Oh, it's this bad. It's not just inconvenience, they're actually going to die. You need a contractor to work this out. I'm available for a reasonable rate.
Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
The back bays? Am I supposed to know where that is? Well, let's be more professional. How do you know that the parts are still there?
I keep diligent records of station repairs, requisitions, and available assets, just like my grandmother taught me. The station's radiators haven't changed since her time, and her records say the parts should be there. I trust them.
But there is cash, right?
The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
But it's on the ship. You just can't get them because there's some gang violence. Couldn't you try to talk this out with whoever is down there?
Those idiots are immune to reason, and they don't much care if the station melts to pieces. They're content to die last. If you could find some way to solve this without violence, I'd prefer that. But more than anything, we need those parts.
Haven't you tried sending anyone else down there to get the boards?
I have. One of my engineers, plus a small security detail. They didn't come back. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable.
Why so protective?
Mardits are descended from the original Marine detachment that crossed the void with Groundbreaker. I don't put their lives on the line if I can avoid it.
I'll get you those. You can't get these parts anywhere else.
You must not have been here long. In Halcyon, new parts come by way of interstellar freighters from Earth, and the board monopolizes that kind of trade. That means I'd have to negotiate with the board. I've already given them the shops, the docking fees, and a damn embassy.
What does that mean? Cannibalizing Groundbreaker system? Their negotiations sound like a bureaucratic coup.
Damn right. And while I'm captain of the Groundbreaker, it falls to me to preserve this ship's independence.
I'll get you those parts from the back base.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
First, I'm gonna steal everything you have. How about that? More complaints about the state of the bay. I already told the Mardets they are free to flush out Makred and his outlaws. They are so knocked up seeking warrants and paper justifications that they want someone else to solve all their problems off the record. Sorry boys, it's not my job. Morale has dipped 18% since Martin Callahan showed up. It's that damn mask. Found another listening device in my office. Thing was the size of a tossball, with the cord leading all the way back to sublight. Subtle as always. Lilia? could have sworn the automechanical chef arrived with the company tech. No record of the guy leaving the station. We'll have to look into it. I found that guy, but I can't report for some reason. Sprat, maybe I need to report to more dads, whatever. Sprat infestation at the rest and go is getting out of hand. Ethel better not be ranching those creatures again, or I swear by law I'll airlock stall. Banford. The implications of your acquisitions cause my breath to hitch in my throat. I am certain that we can arrive at an agreeable understanding for what is a board liaison, if not a facilitator of handshakes between great powers, much like the board and yourself. When you do decide to return to the negotiations table, consider once again the embassy expansion plans I laid out. Gestures of good faith do not go unpaid. From Tennyson J to Bedford, obstructionist. The board rejected my request for new radiator parts again, even after I greased their wheels with some targeted donations. Funny thing, when I used my admin privileges to survey the ongoing comms, I noticed some activity from your office. You choose your words carefully, but I plucked a juicy phrase from the transcript. Let the frog boil a while longer, and now I have no radiator parts. You're paying with our lives. Did they install you on my ship just to get under my skin, or are you pulling this shit for fun? I guess I could try talking to Bedford first.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal
We've got a lot of handguns now.
Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. This has been
Poor trigger discipline is a punishable offense.
How do you do? Ah, how might I assist you?
That's it.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorists.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and bruises. Need some armor? Maybe it's a bit secondhand, but that's only a testament to its durability. We also have a line of specialized melee weapons.
Is it?
For those times you have to repel boarders but don't want to risk a bullet through the hull.
Are you a spacer yourself?
Not me, but it's in my blood. After the crossing, my family worked Eridanos, indentured to the corporations.
They'd eat war after that?
Not from around here, are ya? After leaving Earth, they worked a local gas giant from a floating refinery. Dangerous work. I was born into corporate labor, but I'm the first one of my family to buy my way out. That's why I settled on Groundbreaker. It's the last bastion of freedom.
Tell me more about your wares.
Everything I sell is fresh from the forge. Technically, the metal formed billions of years ago, but it's freshly in this shape.
You said it was second-hand. Okay, higher level. Also higher level. Medical +5. Sneak +5. It's not armor, really. Dialogue skills. There we go. An actual armor too. Think I found my armor. Aramid ballistics. What the hell is this? 100 melee, 137 DPS? Corrosive? The origin of the name of the sword is lost in antiquity. Was it named Officer's Spine because officers could stand straight knowing they wielded these powerful swords? Or was it that, like officers, these swords vented noxious fumes? No one knows. Level 10. Okay. Still haven't tried modifying this hammer. Wait, I can't even modify this one.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. I've got a fresh ground batch of sprouts. They're terra-fried to law.
What's spurs for?
You know what sprats are? Space rats. The laboratories of Spacer's Choice found a use for this limitless frontier resource. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly prepared. We grind them up in sausages, then terra-fry them in their own juices.
What does terra-fry mean?
Terra-frying is a Spacer's Choice brand secret. A mix of 13 herbs and spices, plus a dash of modern chemistry.
Is Spratwurst like Burstwurst? I've seen that a lot.
Absolutely not. Spratwurst and all related terms are registered trademarks of Spacer's Choice. Boar, the other meat, is a registered trademark of C&P. Everyone knows our company and theirs are nothing alike.
So they're doing tumors on sprats, on these rats, instead of pigs, I guess. Is Spratwurst your own invention or what?
Legally? No. The terra-frying method was developed and marketed by Spacer's Choice. Between you, me, and this grinder, I've been through lean times. If there's one thing you learn on tramp freighters, it's how to make near anything edible. Might be that this old space hand put a few words in the right ears, and could be that Spacer's Choice liked sticking it to C&P by R&Ding our own special meat.
That's enough to talk about now.
Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats.
Do you have time to chat?
Long as you don't mind me grinding spratwurst while we talk. Little things don't make themselves chewy. At least not yet. I'm sure modern science will find a way.
I just... Weird. Yeah, if there's nothing to talk about, it shouldn't be available. But it's available because she didn't spoke this exact line.
Fresh from the grinder, any hour.
It's not bad. And now I can also modify it.
Put that away. You're making me nervous.
That's a different voice.
Easy does it.
Oh, neat. They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Now, this should prove interesting, to say the least.
Oh yeah, wait. I forgot to actually let Parvati talk. Here.
This is Halcyon News.
The ship's groaning something fierce, but
Parvati wanted to talk to Junlei. Go ahead.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
No need to be so formal, Parvati.
Force of habit, I guess. Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Aren't you like the leader of this whole giant ship? You don't have better time spending it on better things than teach some random persons for free? Parvati, don't be shy about requesting time off if you need to compare the notes in person.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Yo, Parvati.
Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
You don't have a lot of faith in the board.
You're right, I don't. The board is after two things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
You must not like Udom Bedford very much.
I like to think of myself as a nice person, but if that gaudy embassy of his was on fire, I might hold my breath a moment before activating the sprinkler system. The board wants control over Groundbreaker, and leeches like Udom Bedford will do anything to please their corporate masters.
How do you keep the board at a safe distance?
I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
Back to my other questions.
You've got my attention.
What it's like being in command around here?
Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have the pleasure of making life or death decisions on a shoestring budget. Plus, there's no time to train my successor or document fixes in a way that anyone outside the family would understand.
And yet you have time to teach my companion here. Parvati here could always help you shoulder the burden.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm really just a dab hand with a wrench. Nothing special. Not like a chief engineer.
Don't sell yourself short. It doesn't take a seasoned pro to tinker on Groundbreaker. Just someone who knows how a ship ought to feel. We're always thirsting for help. If you could find your way around this labyrinth of ducts and panels, we could work something out.
Aren't you a little young to be training a successor?
You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. I'll have to foster that talent from somewhere. It's only a question of when.
Oh yeah, there's no children whatsoever so far in this game, actually. This ship is a family business?
Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gaying, kept it together during the crossing and until she died. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died. Then I took the leap from chief engineer to captain.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
There were children in
That means a lot
New
coming from a
Vegas.
fellow engineer.
Yeah, I remember that. There was a child who was just like, when you point the gun at him, it's like, oh, I almost can see at the end of this barrel. Was it a big change, that transition to command?
It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. It's got tinkerings and bypasses that only Tennysons know about.
What is that? Question. Where is the self-destruct mechanism?
I hope that was a joke, Captain. I really do. I gelded that thing years ago. Now it brews a stim that goes down stronger than Nan or Spank. Family recipe. You've got my attention.
So Parvati doesn't stay? I thought she was going to
You mind if I ask you a question?
learn things.
Like, a personal one?
What's in your mind?
Is it true what you said? About being on the Hope?
I mean, you've been at the laboratory too. Like, how can I even lie? It's true. I woke right before I showed up in Edgewater.
Wow. Well, welcome to Halcyon. I'm Parvati Holcomb. Parvati Holcomb, which you already knew. Okay, I'm bad at this.
I'm Mercer. To be honest, I don't know what I'm doing either.
Reckon we'll have to figure it out together. I mean, if that's what you want. I didn't mean to presume. Sorry.
What was that about back at June Lay's?
Well, I didn't expect her to be so tall. And did you see the size of her arms?
Ooh. It sounds like you have a crush on her.
What? No. Maybe? I don't... It's like somebody reached into my head and pulled out what I didn't know I wanted. You know how hard it is to find anybody who likes working with tools in a little town like Edgewater?
There is more to a relationship than beefy arms and shared career.
I reckon there's worse places to start. Did you see how everybody on Groundbreaker listens to Junlei? She's just, here's how to fix it. And they trust her. It's just... she's calm and knows what to do. I wish I was half so confident.
Oh yeah, I need to learn what these skills, companion skills do.
That Chief
This is
Junlei
like so
sure
little
seems slow,
combat
huh?
so far. Wait. They all look
Got
the
it.
same now.
His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a domicile on Monarch in Fallbrook, rented to the same bit cart he used to buy his seat on the salvage ship. I should have guessed. What better place to lay low if you wish to avoid the authorities?
You hesitated there, Vicar. Aren't you telling me? What aren't you telling me?
Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it?
Now seems awfully convenient.
I admit it was a bit of a long shot, but when you've spent as many hours as I have in contemplation of the universe's secrets, you sometimes get a sense for these things.
Sounds good, let's go. Where does this elevator goes? Back phase. Okay, that's where I need to be. Jesus. Oh boy, loading. I haven't been here.
Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My knee is just acting up.
There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicar. Don't worry. The captain and I'll take care of you.
I need neither your advice nor your pity, young lady.
A little bit of banter between companions, I like it. Lifted it from BioWare, I see. Well, so as Larian. What the? Okay. Gyro sights. Ranged weapon spread minus 20%. Gadgets. When your health drops to low, this mod makes you temporarily invulnerable and increases your regeneration for a short time. This effect has a cooldown. The reactive kinematic shield projector applies a bioelectric field inside and outside of the armor, preventing damage and stimulating the healing process. Doesn't say any stats, but sounds pretty good. Like, for how long? I would like to know, and what's the regeneration boost? Can I actually go further here, or am I gonna die? Better save. Yeah, there's an invisible wall here, I should not test my luck. Still want to test my shrink ray.
Here we go!
I don't feel like that's very useful. Maintenance work order. Vera says the Lost Hopes plumbing is acting up again. Take a gander at the usual spot. While you are there, someone locked their key behind a door. It's the locked one. Once you are ready for a challenge, come back and we'll discuss the radiators for the 100th time, JT. Junlei. Pretty nice spot for assassinations. I guess it's for being stealthy. If you're super pacifist.
Is anyone there? I can hear footsteps! Don't just leave me here! Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't that a relief? You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells until you've been trapped in a tiny bathroom with an overflowing toilet. Thanks again, friend.
Oh, damn.
What usually happens on this partially pressurized rust bucket? Something broke. Well, actually 2 things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed. When I came to clean that up, the damn door decided to close and lock on me.
Just decided. I did you a favor. What are you going to do for me?
You're gonna shake me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered bathroom? Is that how it is?
Are you going to pay up or are you going to stand here smelling like shit?
Fine. Here's every bit I've got. That enough for you? Or do you want my shit-covered clothes as well?
Don't tempt me, I'm considering the possibilities.
You're a sick man. I never should have come here.
You don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy. Is that all the time?
I'm not grouchy, I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that...
Tactical shotgun. Ooh. Like, I don't have time to test these weapons because there's just no combat. Hopbar. Card. $238 DPS. Do I need this hammer? This uses light ammo.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
There's your drink map. If you want anything else, just flag me down.
extra armor. I don't really care that much. I do like that. Wait, didn't I have more conversation? Actually, let's get to ship real quick. I'm gonna install it.
Got a second?
Who was it? Somebody asked, "You got a second?" Oh, this guy.
Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me.
Yeah, you're just sitting right
admiring your
next
ship from up
to my
close.
ship.
Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
You're pretty eager to throw in somebody you barely know.
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
Alright, Felix, tell me why I should hire you.
You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked. Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
Are you reading it off your hand?
Yeah, it's a second draft. Firstly, I am highly personable, and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress. Additionally, I have several years of experience as a box hauler. This skill may come in handy if you need a body dragged away or a door held open while escaping enemy fire. In conclusion, thank you for considering me for your ship crew and/or outlaw gang. I look forward to our adventures together.
I thought that was real good, Felix.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. What do you think? Am I in?
Why not? I haven't made up my mind about you. How about an interview?
Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like.
What's the value of pie?
It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a tripicale crust, maybe with a little cream on top. Classic.
Perfect, you're hired. What's your biggest flaw?
Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker.
But you are one. Are you ain't good in fight?
Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise.
Perfect, you hired.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
I'll see you in the ship, Felix.
I'll just gather my personals and meet you on board. This is gonna be great.
Really? We're picking up strays now?
Look at that. A real vicar. I'm sure we'll get along like a church on fire.
Oh, perfect. I'll just pick those two so they could hate each other together. That's the best when two characters hate each other and they are forced to come along. Alright, I wanted to pick up some upgrades. So I stashed some. I was pretty sure I had Silver Tongue, but guess not. Maybe I just saw it somewhere. And now I can install it to have even more dialogue skills and then leadership. There we go. Gadget slot already occupied. I could charge service. This one stuns and damages melee attackers. Actually would be nice, but I think I want to see what this invulnerability does as well. Factory stock armor plating. Oh, it already has the... Or does it? It has no utility right now. This is body armor and helmet armor rating against physical damage. I guess for now it could be that. Just lying. And this is tech skills, just way better.
Hey, Captain. Can I get your temperature on something real quick?
Again? Sure.
So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages? I got him here on my datapad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet.
Can I read it? Comes from the heart, you say?
Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. And the trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. It made my chest hurt, kinda.
Sounds like she likes you.
I don't know where it's leading yet, or if I'm misinterpreting. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways, not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold.
Everybody's different. Don't worry about it.
When folks start implying you're a little different from an automechanical, you start to wonder. I guess I just needed to talk. I'm feeling a touch better. Thanks for hearing me out, Captain. I actually had another message from Junlei. I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel?
Wow, that went downhill fast. You're looking a little rough.
They were... close, Captain. Like, more than friends close.
They were close, not anymore.
I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the past? 10 years? Last week? Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope?
Jeez, okay. But, yeah, aren't you not a drinker? You said you don't drink. Will you be alright?
If you're there, I'm sure things will be okay. Like, I mean, you wouldn't let nothing bad happen to me, right? Thanks for asking, by the by. It means something to know you're looking out.
Did the glove change, or you just haven't noticed it? After upgrades. Hmm.
How goes the hunt? Nothing.
Oh, wait. Her skill is Overload. Knocks the target to the ground, rendering them unconscious for a few seconds. Stuns the target, leaving them unable to act for a short time. So, which one? Trick shot. Lowers all skills a moderate amount, and target takes increased plasma shock, corrosion, and N-ray damage. Knockdown. Knocks the target to the ground, making them unable to take any action for a short time. It almost feels like there's two things, but which one? So I guess maybe it does both? Stuns and knocks down? Weird. So this guy weakens them, and you can deal more damage with elemental, and her makes them unconscious.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Punch. You want a punch? We got your punch right here.
How's this work?
We interrupt.
Do we get a table? Stand in a corner?
The following story. Some townships have asked Halcyon News to make a statement regarding rumors.
Good question.
Rest assured, the far side.
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper.
If you really want to get drunk, whiskey is efficient.
Well, drunk's what I'm aiming for, so I'll take your word on it. Bottoms up.
Whiskey's a fine choice. Think I may have a glass myself.
Oh, no, it's good. I'm fine. I just didn't expect it to taste like... Oh, propellant. Oh, stars, I can feel it settling. Oh, Captain. I'm pining for June like something fierce. What am I doing?
Enjoying a drink with your friends?
Yeah. I guess we are that, huh? Friends. Friends give each other counsel, right? What do you think I should do about Junlei? Because I feel about as aimless as an automech with a busted nav chip.
I give counsel to plenty of folks I don't consider to be friends. If you need an ear, Ms. Holcomb, I'm listening.
Start by telling me why her message got you so unsettled.
Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all.
This game feels more like, I don't know, not dating sim, but it's like a story novel rather than an actual RPG shooter. It's just so much dialogue. No one sends terrible, vaguely sensual poetry to someone they don't like.
I don't know, I'd call it, sensual. That's a lot.
The poem replied you, claiming her with a touch. That's a Roman serial great stuff.
It did. Oh dear, I hadn't really... Oh my goodness. And I told you?
As an avid reader and collector of rare tomes, I believe I ought to have a look at this specimen of literary self-expression.
What'd she actually write in the message you haven't said?
It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her?
What is this really about?
I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve.
Let's get you some water.
Water's for cowards. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy.
All of a sudden she's
Hydration, here I come.
Good call.
drunk.
It's
For
best to
like
proceed with a
split
light
second.
hand the first time.
Shush you. Captain, I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but I'm so scared.
Yeah, they needed really to give her a direction here. Because when you like record these lines, you don't know how they're going to add together. What kind of tone you need to keep up. About what?
Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me?
Don't stop here, you on the roll.
Don't you tease me in my moment of weakness. You know I'm not interested in physical affection. That's... well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Folks I thought cared about me for me. What if she's not okay with that? What if she is, but then later, she's not?
There's a lot of opportunities for main characters to say that they are sexual. Are you afraid of being rejected for who you are?
Of course. Wouldn't you be?
Everyone is, no matter the quirks.
Huh. I'd never thought of it that way. I wonder what June's afraid of being rejected for. She seems perfect to me. Maybe those are just my rosish colored goggles talking. To be strong like her. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. Sometimes I feel real mean inside, Captain. I think ungenerous thoughts.
So what?
I don't want to be that person. Don't want to be cold. I want to bring light to June's life. Well, Captain, this has been a whole lot. I got just... wow. So much to think about.
So, are you going to ask her out?
Oh gosh, I don't know, Captain. Do you think I should?
You're still unsure? Yes, just ask her out.
All right. There's no need to strip your screws over it. Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain.
Well, it's not like I could be elsewhere. Nor am I capable of neglecting a wayward lamb in need of guidance.
Huh. All right. Thank you, guys. You're real good friends, you know that? I wish there was a place we could all live quiet together. Come on, let's go.
Cool. That's a nice character moment. We need to get to some business. I want to maybe do that mission for June Lane back Bay, whatever it's called. Get the heaters. Cool.
Who there? Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like? I don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Alright. Put that down before you incinerate the entire deck.
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
I'm here for some parts Junlei sent me.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew.
What are you doing with that poor engineer?
We were just sitting in a circle, sucking down exhaust fumes and toasting to the memory of our brain cells. Making this broken angel fly again.
So, can I grab that part then?
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
Why is it 655 bits so specific? Those parts are leaking deadly toxins. I'll come back after you're dead.
Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Lead bones, asbestos muscle. Maybe you're right. You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
There's something else.
Lay it on me, boss. I'm good for it.
How did you end up here?
Ship got impounded. The crew and I racked up a debt while we were grounded, and my baby got sold to Sublight. Scrapped for parts. That's bureaucracy for you. Piracy with a smile.
Sounds a lot like what happened to me.
Am I your dark reflection? Shit, must be getting old. Stay here too long, and the groundbreaker drains you like a fuel tank.
If I will tell him that there's a bunch of can I just ask for that lucky lighter instead? Because I remember there was something about that. Can I save here? No. Fishing, yeah.
You can come and go in my little kingdom. Just try not to piss off any of the gestures.
Gestures? Or am I supposed to pickpocket that? Can I just ask him for a lighter? Probably not gonna be happy about that. Probably still want to kill them, maybe.
Unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. Or cut them off.
McRed gave me a taste of the good stuff. I've been tripping for days.
Careful with that shit. You'll end up as crazy as he is.
It's crazy to live in this universe. Crazy cosmos. Crazy cosmos.
Where is it?
Can you imagine frozen for 10 years, sailing through space in a room such as this?
Can I imagine? Splash resistance. Laboratory outfits. What does that mean? Maybe we can reprogram this bad boy.
You're the first person I've seen who talked their way past McRed. It may not sound like much, but take my word for it. Wow.
You're probably better off in engineering than down here with the outlaws.
I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Oh. Okay. What was she doing here? Is this okay for me to pick up? I don't... BT? Well, it points me up actually.
You get that automech patch? McRed wants it up and running.
I'm trying to think of a good name before I wake it up.
Don't give it up. It's my birthday. It hasn't got a heart. Not like us.
Fuck your birthday.
It seems like it's important. Unlock TTD location heat effects. Huh. What? Oh, I think... I remember shooting in the face of some creature and they became blind. So maybe it's something like that. I kind of need for this to be a bit higher. Okay, we got the pickpocketing here. Yeah, maybe we can get ranged at least to 20. Because it still matters, it seems like, even with science weapons. Or does it? Because there is this one, which says crit chance and sway of science weapons are determined by science skills if higher. But it's a pretty long way, to be honest. No, I think it's still worth it to get that at least at 20. Alright, another perk. Armor. Science weapon magazine. If I was playing for serious, I would go for armor. But I think I can go with that. Okay, next one's, well, I guess we'll think about it later. Tier 2, range damage, armor rating, melee damage. Or increase your chance of looting mods when Parvati is in the party. So it just unlocks... No. Wait, or maybe every time it's just a new one? A new row? Extra mods. Yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah, it doesn't look a new row. 20% dialogue combat effect duration. Alright. So the utmost right part is unique abilities. And these are all the same. And he doesn't have these abilities, like dialogue-based abilities. Alright. I do like that I don't actually need to upgrade his skills. A little bit too much. The vermin. Damn. Well, this is already better than my revolver. 123 damage. Yep. More ammo. Where's the engineer? Oh wait, that was the engineer. I just told them, hey, just go up. Oh, that's why. But they weren't even holding them prisoner.
Everyone get branded when they join McRed's crew? We got another complaint. People don't like worms.
Aw, they're just killing people. Besides, they're my friends.
Find a new friend. This worm fixation is screwing with our bottom line.
Outlaw Sniper, Junior Mycologist Log. When I settled on Groundbreaker, I thought this would be my gateway to the stars, the beginning of my epic tale as a spacer. Now I grow shrooms for a bunch of outlaws. Now not even for selling. They just eat the damn things by the handful. Some of the crew have been tripping for weeks. Suppose it could be worse. Heard of sublight contractor who got dissolved in chemicals and flushed down waste treatment for stealing from Lilia. Now McRed is always happy to see me, calls me his fungus lad. Update. McRed just set a man on fire for having his laces undone. Shit. Maybe I need to be more careful about what I'm growing. Ought to find something that claims he calms him down. Time for experiment. Well, let's try asking for a lighter.
Neighbor from above, what brings you to my little moonlight kingdom?
There's a bounty in your head. I want to claim the reward.
Listen to the fire of those convictions. This one's hungry for justice. Alive or dead? Rare or medium? What's it gonna be? How do you want me cooked, bounty hunter?
Oh, there we go. No need for violence. Give me a lighter and the bounty disappears.
My flame? Shit. Little flick here got me started on the pyro path. Fine. He's yours. Give him a good home.
Don't worry, Mr. McRed. We'll treat Mr. Flick extra nice on account of he's your friend.
You call your lighter Little Flick?
I'll miss my baby pyro, but it beats losing my head. This court needs its king, and I'm one of a kind.
Wait, the engraving on here, does it say Anita on it?
Keen eyes you got there. Sanita gave me this lighter. We had a carnal understanding a few years back, and she wanted me to have something to remember her by.
Was that the mushroom guy? Alright. Was hungry for some battle, but nope.
This is Halcyon News.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
Color? I've got the parts for the radiators. What now?
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Define slight.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
I'll make my way down there.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
Muzzler. I think I sold my silence gun. I want this one silenced. Seems like I can make it silenced. But no scope. still wanted to try this heavy machine gun. And the science weapon. Then we got this armor and maybe something for utility.
Have you seen this man?
Ooh, someone.
That's just for guns. Who was in armor? There's more stuff. Oh my god. Subject to the hat. You made your spacer choice when you signed the employment contract. I kept telling you the hat doesn't fit right. There is something wrong with it. How many people have worn this thing before me? Is this my life now? Because if it is, I'll take it. I'll be your moon man, but there won't be anything left of me to care, Martin. Still the same guy? Hope you're doing well, ma'am. Thought I'd check in. Engineers visit the shop a bunch. I remember when I used to turn a wrench back home on Terra 2. Lilia Hagen over in Sublight told me that I could always pursue a career in salvage. I need to release my cat, 1 second. Lily Hagen over the Sublight told me that I could always pursue a career in salvage if this thing doesn't work out. Please give Dad and the others a hug for me. Mom, it's really great that we can stay in touch like this while reminders of home are more important than ever. Enjoy the quality of Spacer's Choice goods I sent. I can get ones just like them at home, but I figured you might appreciate me getting the company discount and all. Martin. Why are there different public notices on different terminals? The Halcyon Holdings corporate office and its environs are for conducting official board business only. Anyone found... Wait, should I read it from... No. Like from below? It's not two messages, it's the same message. Anyone found misusing board property will be fined accordingly. Board property includes, but is not limited to, Halcyon Holdings office here on Groundbreaker, the space directly in front of my desk, the space directly behind my desk, my doorway, my berth, and most importantly, my stairs. Thank you for your cooperation. William Bedford, Certified Liaison. Postscriptum. Please note that the next spacer caught drinking on the stairs outside the embassy may find themselves on the rude side of an airlock. Postscriptum. This is the third time I've had to post this message, and I'm sick and tired of it. I will not hesitate to open a board-sanctioned investigation into your behavior, and when you are caught, punish you accordingly, Felix Millstone. Armor?
Itching to whack someone.
Jeez. I need utility. How come this upgrade gives you 10 to leadership and 5 to dialogue skills, but this one only plus 5 to tech skills? Seems unfair. Alright, well... he doesn't have the upgrade I need. Dodge distance plus 30, what, 2,700? What the fuck? This is very arbitrary. I don't know who wants that. Dodge
This
distance.
is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising.
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators.
Propulsion plant master circuits. Auxiliary monitoring station to HHB Earth HQ. Transmitted via probe archived at source. It is my honor to report that Groundbreaker has successfully arrived at the Lagrange point, having released our cargo of prefab housing, settlers and supplies at their intended colony of worlds. May they prosper and expand. Now that stages 1 and 2 of the mission have been carried out, my family will take ownership of the Groundbreaker as specified in our contract, keeping the ship in active duty as an independent trading post, repair stop, and cargo bay. I'd be remiss if I closed this transmission without sending my hopes and best wishes back to Earth. There's much ahead of us, but we'll never forget that what we left behind. Chief Queen, stern reminder. Some very rich and unsavory elements among our colonial neighbors seem to have the wrong idea about why I flew out here. It wasn't for a 9-figure blood money salary and a Spacer's Choice logo stamped on my ass. It wasn't to nickel and dime passing ships out of their last bits. Groundbreaker has no role in the success or failure of Halcyon's corporate entities, period. I negotiated that understanding and clearly outlined it in writing before I ever set foot on this ship. If anyone wants to dispute or compromise our independence, they will answer to a Tennyson. We are a family operation. Even when the last Tennyson falls, Groundbreaker will remember us and defend its freedom accordingly. But he's Gewing. Wait, is Gewing his name, not surname? Alright. It's a weird gun. I think you need to be pretty close to use it, actually. Ugh.
Got it. Heads down.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals suited up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
I got plasma ones though. That's for flash. Do they even have anything electric? I just sold everything electric. Oh, corrosive actually. Yeah, this one is good.
In nearby unit, sweeping the area.
So easy.
I have your back.
Unit down. Performing an area sweep now.
I don't know, it's not super powerful, and it doesn't shrink them for too long.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pump.
The staff is getting restless, workarounds and half-cooked solutions are all we've got to mend Groundbreaker's bones. In many cases, we can't revive one system without cannibalizing another. Grandma lived with that reality, and so will I. I can rally our spirits, but what happens when I'm not around? Groundbreaker's real test will be seeing if our independence outlasts me. I'll take that bet, JT. Old plans, new problems. Find some of Chief Ewing's old schematics. Groundbreaker must have taken a beating during the crossing because she spent half of her career patching it up. Lot of corners cut when they put this place together. Among her papers, I also found the layout of a hangar that doesn't match any of my dogs. Something that might have gotten sealed off along the way, like blood cells isolating an infection. I hate to put sentiment down in print, but every time I open a panel or find some workaround in the guts of this old bird, it's like I can feel you reaching out to me from the past, Grandma.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you things.
So easy. There's like 4 robots sitting here. I still haven't checked the skills too.
been, Private? You've missed 3 shifts without notice. I was fixing that door.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your...
Yeah, it deals 10 times less damage than corrosive weapon.
Regularly scheduled advertising.
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds.
Gave me goggles. Goggles. Engineering plus 15, perception minus 1. No thanks. I actually would love to have better perception. But I guess I could keep it just in case. What is this for? Garbage? Yeah, it's garbage.
You're a deft hand.
Lubrensine onto Cleo when you need to walk your best. Don't mind me.
You aiming to send a message? If so, we best do it now while we still got time.
Why would we run out of time? You headed somewhere?
Me? No. But our relaying capabilities? That's on the final countdown. We're going offline in 3, 2, 1.5... No. Wait, I've lost track of my weeks. Maybe it was 36 or... sometime dire soon.
Why, you're about to lose comm capabilities.
Our primary relay station's soon to be occluded by a gas giant. Happens every 40 years or thereabouts. The event's forecasted to last for months, during which we'll lose signal to the station.
That'll put the whole system in a right dire situation.
We've got backup auxiliary relays, but the one currently in orbital range went offline some months ago. We can't spare people for routine maintenance.
Can the board handle the messages?
Sure, I mean they got their own relays and all, but they'll only send along messages the corporations pay for. And then they charge folks to send messages back, often more than they can afford. And none of that money goes to the groundbreaker. Just tightens the board's grip on our throat.
Don't you charge people for messages too?
Not nearly as much, and that money goes to keeping the station operational, helps keep us independent. If we lose the message fees, the entire ship will feel the pinch. Before long, the only place for people to trade words and goods will be on Terra 2, right under the board's control. That'd spell the end of Groundbreaker.
How are you cut off by losing one relay station?
Well, we wouldn't be utterly and completely blacked out, but we'd lose the majority of our comm traffic for sure. Ships and colonies on Terra 2 need a clear line from their communications towers to the groundbreaker for the transmissions to make it through. If it's not clear, they transmit to the closest relay station, which stores the message, then passes it along when our orbits align.
What about the other auxiliary relay stations?
The others won't be in orbital range during the occlusion event. Isn't it some law of the universe? The relay I gotta rely on is, of course, the one on the Fritz.
Can ships relay messages to each other?
That they can, and they do. But only between ships owned by the same corporation. No corp will authorize sending messages through a ship owned by a rival. And no corp will relay messages for the Wildcat freighters, not without charging them more than they'll make in a single haul anyway. That's why we're the message hub. The Groundbreaker's neither corporate-owned nor board-controlled. Our comms are neutral.
Sounds like it's time to get the auxiliary station back online.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I finally got the chief to approve the budget for a diagnostic expedition. But allocating the personnel loss for sending a technical team to the relay station keeps getting denied by Junlei. The chief.
What's in it for me if I investigate your relay problem?
You save my comm center from chaos. I guarantee I'll get the chief to authorize some payment forms with your name on them while you're out fixing the station.
I could check out the relay, no need to for official sign-off in that case.
I should say no, but why not? Maybe you can figure out why it's offline. I'll send you with an equipment manual. Hopefully we'll get lucky, or I'll get my approval in time.
Hope you don't mind if I borrow that manual when you're done with it, Captain. I could do with some leisure reading.
Oh, and I'll need you to retrieve a copy of the relay's backup data. I gotta forward any messages from Earth stored in the memory. Better late than never, eh?
What do you mean?
The relay stations orbit the edge of the Halcyon system, so they tend to receive the majority of any transmissions from Earth. I'm sure the station's got a stack of junk messages just waiting for me to sort through.
You just let messages from Earth sit in memory on an orbital relay?
It's not like they're in high demand. Most tend to be adverts on new products, meaning only folks in Byzantium can afford them.
MF. Oh, so much work. Technical manual is designed to assist in the diagnostic and repair of common problems with orbital communication platforms. The electronic book contains pages of indecipherable jargon. The occasional diagram includes instructions like, with a firm and steady grip, press the ping reset button as you torque the upper left dial, but fails to label any corresponding parts. Wait, what's Sanita?
Have you seen this man?
Commandant? Ooh.
For a hard life.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled
Yeah, it was.
How goes the hunt? Nothing excessive, mind you, but the scoundrel deserves a light beating at least before he kicks off.
Does this have anything to do with your carnal understanding?
He tell you that, did he? I might have kicked his ass from one end of the groundbreaker to the other a few years back. Whatever he reads into that is his business.
Captain McRae is complete and dead. Here's the lucky lighter as proof.
Here's the bounty payout. Nice work down there. With any luck, we can hire more sharp-eyed bounty hunters like you in the future.
How much? Pull up XP. Ooh, nice.
What can Groundbreaker security do?
They will never know. $16. Wait, Parvati still has this rifle. Guess I could give her $5. Wait, Vikar has the silenced weapon. More companion quests. That's a lot of companion quests. I talked to Ellie. We never finished that actually.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being... The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
What? I didn't pay anything. I guess she wants to be a companion. Are you saying you work for me just because I helped JC?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
You really don't like owning people, do you?
It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin.
What did Jessie do for you exactly?
She helped me win a bet.
What was the bet?
We were on a smuggling run planetside when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur.
Don't tell me you tried.
What can I say? Something about people telling me I can't do a thing that just makes me itch to prove them wrong. And, as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off.
If you weren't that stupid, you deserved to get caught.
What, you don't appreciate my go-getter attitude? Moral is, mantisaurs can't run when they're full of holes.
Welcome aboard, Ellie.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Meet me on my ship.
Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Welcome to the crew, Miss Ellie. We're real happy to have you.
And another one. Alright, got the 20 here. Alright, seems good. I'll finish this off pretty soon. Then we'll be focusing on specifics.
Got word from Udam, from the hitman who trailed me the other night. Seems I'm indentured to the board now. I ain't too elated about going exclusive, but it's better than winding up dead. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
Nice. More cash. Watch yourself while I'm gone. You're the fastest mining arc. I actually want to focus on this one. Getting another science weapon. A data cartridge acquired from Gladius. Clues to another science weapons location. Use the captain's terminal on the unreliable to review the data. Can I just teleport there? Not fast travel this time. Maybe it's because I jumped. Yep. Messages from Morse? For Morser. From Blaine. Esther Blaine. Subject medicine. Morser, this is just to tell you, to let you know that I've given out the rest of that you know what to you know who's. Sorry for the secrecy, you never really know who's reading these things. I appreciate you giving me the time of day. You risked your neck heading into that community center. I'm grateful, but I'd also appreciate it if you never told another soul about our business. I like my job, and I should like to keep it. Oh, community center? Oh wait, that's the girl who bought it out from the from the hands of the old man, I think. Who cares? And then I turned off the power for the whole city. You don't have a job. What are you talking about? Tennyson. to Parvati. Why is it on my computer? Parvati, I don't do this ever. So here goes. There is this engine, see? And it hums real nice. Like a box of cats playing with mice. But she's coughing and hacking up sludge. Cause there is a blockage that just won't budge. What's an engine to do? Then this rancher strides in like a shark. Hair all done up and fancy and dark. She feels a spasm in her compression alternator, trembling cause it's aching to meet her. What's an engine to do? I've got 5 more stanzas mapped out, but I'm having trouble rhyming some of the parts, so I'll get back to you on that. Doki Doki Literature Club here. Parvati, about that talk we had. We were talking about old friends, you know, and I got to think about Isabel. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what she was thinking. We were a mess. A good mess, but a mess. I'm a better me than I was then, wanted you to know. Even when I drink too much of the old family recipe. You're pretty swell. Party tea? Damn you, insta spell check. Meet my range. What? Too tired. Just gonna put my head down for the. Search Hephaestus mining archive cartridge for keyword weapon. From site supervisor personal logs. That captain sold Harry something called the Rearranger and left before we discovered the damn thing doesn't work. Only thing it rearranges is the number of bits on Harris's card. Looks like some strange tech or a weapon. Maybe a scientist can make something of it. From the site safety officer incident report. Doc Clofield couldn't save Lem. Now I gotta arrest Harris for his murder. Confiscated that weapon he used and stored it in Bertie's office for now. Figure the least the site supervisor can do is fill out the forms for whatever damn thing this is. Don't know how I'm gonna detain Harris, not like we got prison cells on this rock. From Barbara's coronary inquest. Given name Lemuel. Family name Harryford. Employment status indenture. Contract term 35 years. Time of deceasement. Cause of deceasement blunt force trauma. Weapon unknown. Took a good whack to the noggin. A facial area to be specificial about it. It's all twisted up too. Nose is 5 times too big. Jaw is shrunk to almost nothing. Teeth are all out of kilter. Why would a person with Texan accent write in this way? Like specifying that he's writing in an accent? I don't think so. Especially like they're trying to show that this person is like they're not using proper grammar, but it's still like proper grammar for not using proper grammar. These are all out of kilter, though I suppose that was true predicament. Wait, predeceasement. Predeceasement. If the blow itself didn't kill him, there is no way he could have breathed with all that damage. On Skilla. Wait, I got the sword. Damn. Wait. What? No, somebody else has it. I need to bring other people. Alright, well, gotta go now. We'll talk to these guys later. I wish they had the...
I don't know what that means, but I've been thinking. It ain't easy carrying a torch for the Rangers.
I understand. The Rangers' victories are your victories. Their defeats are likewise crushing.
The Rangers?
You serious? Wow, Max. Never expected you to understand.
This may come as a surprise to you, Felix, but I understand what it is to be a fan.
That's so. You know something? Maybe I was wrong about you.
To be a fan is to cultivate a mental disorder. You're living vicariously through a tossball team.
Nah, I was right the first time. You're a git, Max. Ship's starting to feel like home.
I like the Vicar. It's clever and a bit of a manipulator. I wish they just didn't have the armor all day long. Like, I wish there was a separation between armor and clothing, so they would use clothing while they're here. It's really not that hard to make program, like really not that hard. They already have all the components, but for some reason they decided not to. Like this guy right now has clothings, and well, if you want to play the game and utilize the best equipment, of course you're not going to keep that. You don't need these guys' skills at all. You only want them to have the best armor available, and so everybody's going to look like Armadillo by the end of the game, with no character whatsoever. Like, I don't know why you not think about these things while developing a game for like years on straight. It's weird. It's part of maybe playtest, lack of playtests. You just don't understand what's gonna happen when the actual real people are gonna play it. Alright, well, be seeing ya.